What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up with the Joneses. 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 What's up, beautiful people? It's me, Ricky Jones Jr. back again for another video in another month, which gives us exciting news as well as opportunities for gardening in the garden. Now, if you're in zones 9 or 8 from California all the way to Florida, listen in, because the opportunity is now to plant those fall vegetables, which to me are the most exciting things to grow in the garden, okay? So we can grow from root vegetables to leafy greens to alliums to peas to artichoke, okay? But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So with the root vegetables, I'm talking about beets. I'm talking about carrots. So here's some beets that I'm gonna grow, which are the dark red, which I'm sure that you all are accustomed to, but those that eat beets. But I also have some golden ones that I've been trying to grow each and every year. However, this year I believe is going to be the year in which it takes place, so make sure you stay tuned. But then also we have some carrots, which are a beautiful root vegetable that I will grow as well in my 5-gallon buckets, as well as my raised beds, both for the beets and for the carrots. But then also outside of that, we can also grow radish, we can grow turnips, we can grow parsnip, we can grow rutabaga, and the list goes on, right? Which even with the beets, I love the various colors. Most people don't know about the golden beets. However, I'm going to give them a grow this year, which the leaves have a different color as well as the beet root has a different color, and both are edible, okay? Even with the carrots, for those that don't know, there are different kind of carrots, both the long ones, the thick ones, the different color ones, but then the root, which is the carrot, which is what we eat, is edible, as well as the leafy top is edible as well. So hopefully those grow well for us this year and we'll be able to enjoy both. But then going on from there, our leafy greens and brassicas, which for some of us, started in September. However, if not, let's go ahead and get those things planted in the month of October. And I'm talking about lettuce, I'm talking about spinach, I'm talking about Swiss chard. Now, before I go too far, my lettuce, I'm gonna try to grow in my hydroponic system inside, okay? So definitely stay tuned for that, because I'm gonna grow from seed to the table, okay? And that's gonna be great. But then, like I said, spinach, Swiss chard. With Swiss chard, I grew in the hydroponic system before as well. It was a little bitter, but nonetheless, that's just how it is, from come to find out. But spinach is something that you can grow as well. But then outside of that, of course, I'm talking about broccoli. I'm talking about cabbage, Brussels sprouts, which we already have in the ground already, right? But then let me show you some of those seeds. All right, so here we have some of the kale seeds. Let me get my face out of the picture, and so you can see the seed himself. Boom, they are very small. However, when they grow to be nice, big, and prosperous, they are oh so fruitful and oh so delicious, okay? But then outside of that, we also have some collard seeds, which, boom shakalaka, you can see are pretty much the same size as your kale seeds. However, you know they can bloom and grow to be such beautiful, luscious, leafy greens that everybody deserves to eat during holidays, okay? But then outside of that, you can also grow, like I said, broccoli, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. Now, the cool thing about growing your food is that you get to see how things actually grow and things how actually look before it hits your table. And to grow broccoli and to grow cauliflower is to love it once you can finally get it to the table, because it takes some time, okay? It takes some love and it takes some patience, okay? And if you grow it, you already know what I'm talking about. So give it a grow just to even try it out, which I did. I didn't even eat the broccoli. I didn't even eat the cauliflower. I just grew it just to see how it grows and to see the time and the effort that it takes, which is a lot. And then Brussels sprouts, I'm growing it this year just to show you all what it's like to actually grow Brussels sprouts and what Brussels sprouts look like as they grow, because it was something that was mind-blowing for me when I first saw it, for myself. But nonetheless, outside of that, we have the kale, we have the cauliflower, and you could transplant those things as well if you've grown them indoors or somewhere else. Now is the time to go ahead and get them outside in the garden, okay? But then now let's go to the things such as like onions, garlic, shallots, chives, and leeks. These are things that you should be growing in the garden this month, but then that's for your belly, right? It's always good to do some seasonings and things like that to make, savory dishes. However, it's also good for deterring the pests in your gardens because we know pests is a problem in the garden. And so we should grow those things to keep the pests out, to keep our things growing so we can have happy bellies, happy lives, and to have a happy garden, okay? So make sure, like I said, the onions, the garlics, the shallots, the chives, and the leeks, which I have some chives growing in a grow bag, which you will see coming up. I have a cool video with the kids coming up next week. But nonetheless, go ahead and give these things a grow. But then we can go to the peas, right? Peas we should be growing, such as your sugar snap peas, your snow peas, and your garden peas from seed. Now, when I say from seed, like it's like boom. Like boom, seeds like this, bush beans, seeds. Don't worry, I'll put links down below for these things. But you can go ahead and give these a grow. Now, beans, peas are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful companion plants for your leafy greens. Why? Because they bring nitrogen to the soil, which nitrogen is useful for those brassica family things to grow and to prosper. So plant them together, companion plant them together, and you'll be happy that you did so. Now, for some of those peas, for some of those beans, they do need trellises because they are some vining plants, okay? So make sure they have something to grow along so that they aren't growing around the ground and covering the ground and covering the garden and things like that, okay? So I told you now, so you don't have to come into that problem later. But last but not least, artichoke, which I'm even thinking about whether or not I'm going to give artichoke a grow because I don't necessarily eat it, but my wife and my kids do. So I may give this a grow. The thing about artichoke is that it can grow massive, right? So it can grow from 3 to 4 feet tall as well as 2 to 3 feet wide. So make sure it's in a space that all of those things can be taken into account as well as provided for the artichoke if that's something that you want to give it a grow. Now, if that's something that you are doing, definitely let me know in the comment section below, or in general, let me know, 1, where you are located, 2, what you are growing this month, and 3, what's something that you're curious about growing that you might not grow, but you're just wondering what it looks like as it grows. And all those things, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I will see you this month, which is going to be a fun, exciting month that we all can be attentive and look forward to. So let's grow, let's be happy, and let's have a happy, happy garden, y'all. Love you. And remember, you never have to garden alone because you can always garden with me. Love y'all. Peace. Ha ha.